We go there. Put this marker right there. That looks like a good spot. We'll go back to this page. We'll go to the top. We'll hit this button up over here. We'll hit this button over there. We'll hit this button here.
60, 59,
there.
58.
This is a
countdown
57.
to the Slade and
There.
Mayson show.
There.
5,
Had a
there.
very
4. This
sick
continues
thought.
to be a countdown to the Slade and Mayson show. 50,
Yeah.
49.
We're
Where's
Slade
you?
to the countdown to the Slade and Mayson show.
Oh
5,
my.
44, 43. This is the continued
42,
countdown.
41.
I
Slade
came
and
in
Mayson
last
show.
night
39,
about 10:30
38, right
now.
now. 37.
Baby,
You're
your
listening
mind
to
wouldn't
Countdown.
let
35.
me in.
Slade and Mayson
Moving
show.
on.
33. Stand by as you're listening to the
Between the
countdown.
pollen
Jason
and my
Mayson
habit.
show.
Oh, sure, it's
27.
pollen. Sure,
This is
sure.
60. Countdown to the Slade and Mason
I'm
show.
believing you.
22. We
This is
continue
a
going.
You
Countdown.
lying
Countdown.
sack
Slade
of...
and Mason show. 18. 17.
That's why he's
16,
coughing
as
so
we are
hard.
now
The
doing
poor
the
guy.
14.
Gosh.
Slade
Someone
and
should
Mason
give him a
show.
glass of
12.
water.
11. Yes. 10. This is
Yeah,
our
I do have my
countdown
cough.
to the Slade and Mason 7. show. 6. 5.
All right.
No idea.
4.
Let's
Here we
get
go.
that now.
3.
Here we go.
2. 1.
There we go.
Quack, quack, quack.
Now broadcasting
Yeah, we are.
from the Dan Mason Studios,
quack, quack.
deep in the heart of Virginia. It's the Slade and Mason Show.
I have to compose myself because I got into a coffee spell just before you hit
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
Well, welcome back, Mr. Slade.
Hello, Mr. Mason.
It's been a little bit. We took the week off for 420 day. I mean Easter. Just so we could all celebrate and have a day off and just kind of
and see big giant rabbits
know.
and other hallucinatory premises.
Oh, yes. Well, welcome to yet another installment of the Slade and Mayson Show. We have a project for you. That's right, you. Yeah, you're listening. I get it. Here's what you need to do. And this is my buddy JD is going to do the same thing. You need to actively go reach out to somebody and say, hey, this is the Slade and Mayson Show. It's a little weird. I get it. But it's like the best release of 1 hour of your life every week. So go to this website, go link on it, go subscribe to it. We need you to help us, help you, help us, help you, help us, help you, help us.
And let me just interject here, since you didn't tell me you're going to steal my idea.
I thought it was a great idea. I'm dovetailing on your genius, but go ahead.
So, but here's the thing. You know, there are 168 hours in a week.
Yeah.
We're asking for one of them.
Yep.
And I am certain if you take a look at your lifestyle and what you're doing, there are plenty of hours that you're absolutely doing nothing.
Yeah.
Take one of those hours and just add a little humor to your life.
Yeah, when you wait
Add
for the
the
dishwasher to
Slade
finish
Mason
up.
Show.
Yeah.
There you go. I tell people because, when I do the other show, it's like, it's 3 hours. And some people don't have that long. But it's like I got a pause button so that, again, you can pause and come right back to it.
Yep.
The thing of it is, it's 1 hour that, again, before you know it, you get started and it's over. We're playing the ending theme.
And
That's
what
how
is
quick
this
they
thing?
move.
This is the Slade and Mayson Show. It's all about you and us. It's like a radio program.
It is
We're-
like no radio program that is one. I will promise you this.
We're sharing with you news stories and things we see throughout the week. That part's true. It's basically our take on it. We're just, seeing things and we're going, yeah, okay. You'd never hear that on the radio. We're just trying to have some fun. Don't take it too seriously. And
Because
all the
we're
music,
saying what you're thinking.
your brain is saying it. And you're listening. You know how like you listen to the radio and you go, yeah, I wouldn't get in that plane. That's what you're thinking in your head. We're just saying that. So Hey, and all the music you're listening to is brought to you by Dana Music because they have not shut us down yet, which is awesome. There is a picture of us from 2016 on Instagram. Go search the Slade and Mayson Show. There's one from Twitter from 2022, which is now something else. I think they call it something different. X.
Yeah, X.
Yeah, X.
Usually things that are called X are not nice.
Yeah. Then there's a picture from 2024 on Meta/Facebook. Again, if you're enjoying what you're listening to, tell your friends, neighbors, people you see on the street. And as always, we are brought to you by Icy Something, Icy Treats. We'll talk about that a little bit later at the break. We are now at the part of the program where I turn the table over to my partner.
Before you do that, I like to rewind feature. Before we start the program,
yes,
we are about to get into the most ridiculous thing ever. And you know why?
Why?
This should be important to you, Dan, because you and I share one thing. We're both Roman Catholics.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So
I got
it's
splashed with water. Yeah.
You know, okay, so here's the thing. I mean, now I go back to John the 23rd. Okay.
Okay.
And actually it was Pius before that, but it's like I was a baby about that. But anyway, every time this happens, we go through this. It's almost like a bewitching ceremony. I mean, you got Harry Houdini there. you got what the hell is that other comedian's? I mean, the magician's name, David Copperfield.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're gonna throw things into a fire, and if it comes out black, guess what? We got to do it again.
Yeah.
Well, somebody makes the mistake and, oh, hey, listen, I forgot. Which one is the black one and which one?
Which one of them there's pods do we throw in here with our votes?
I mean, hey, it's got that human element to it. All of a sudden, you got the wrong guy as Pope.
Yep.
And here's the sad part. You know, there is a movie that was released last year.
Conclave. Yeah.
About this very process.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, it is one of the things that scares me.
What are you scared about?
Because they are just so secretive.
I told you, it's a club.
Well, I know that. And it's like, you know, again, and I know it's like 12 old guys getting together. It's like, you know, hey, man, did you go to Europe last year? It's like, oh, you know what? I was on the French Riviera, but it's like, it wasn't really nothing for me.
I got so stoned. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, like I said, so, I mean, but there again, we're about to go through. They haven't done it yet, have they?
No, I think they're, is it Tuesday? I believe it is. They're going to go and close the doors on them. Yeah.
So, you know, again, and that's like, you know, again, now you're trapped.
You got to figure it out.
You're not going to get out until we get a winner.
Oh, man.
And I'm telling you, the thing I think I see the next, if they elect the wrong guy Pope, you're going to have the same problem that you got with the presidency.
Yeah.
The first thing the new Pope's going to do is, oh, no, we're not going to have all the acceptance stuff. No, we're not going for that. That was his thing. That's not mine.
Right away, we get rid of all the altar boys. We put up altar girls. Aren't they prettier? I think they're so nice. I think it'd be the most beautiful thing ever.
I think my daughter is a beautiful girl. I really do. But, oops, I just dropped my headset. Hold on a second, man. My brains just fell out on the floor.
Other thing about JD, and I got to tell you more things about JD. JD's
girl,
thing I tell you about JD.
Anybody ever heard me say half the things that Donald Trump said about his daughter? It's like I would expect someone to assassinate me.
Anyway.
Okay.
We're not getting political. What?
You were about to ask me a question.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I was going to get into the Pope anyway, but that's all right.
Well, we can get into it later.
Yeah. Well, you
got an hour.
You stole my thunder. You son of a
stole my idea.
Biscuit eat. Well, who gives a rat's ass? All right. Hey.
That's right. There you go.
Hey, JD. JD.
Yes,
JD. JD. JD.
Yes.
JD.
Yes, sir. Yes,
JD. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
Okay. That's a pregnant pause. Do you have a Sunday morning observation? Smo?
I most certainly do. And this one is special because, of course, we took off last week because of Easter.
Yeah, it was Easter. That's the reason.
Well, it's like I'm going to recap for you the things that happened on Easter.
I saw this
Here
bunny
we are.
rabbit, and he was talking to this troll under the bridge.
We made it. Easter came and went. And honestly, we should be proud that we all still have our eyebrows, our driver's licenses, and at least most of our brain cells. Because, good Lord, the things people did this 420, it was like the Darwin Awards and a Cheech and Chong movie had a baby. First off, and I swear, I am not making this up, somebody tried to make edible nachos out of actual edibles. They took about 15 brownies, crushed them like ground beef, sprinkled them over tortilla chips, and melted cheese on them. Then they ate the whole tray. Not a chip or a crumb left.
I'm sure they did.
30 minutes later, they were found laying in the backyard, face down in a kiddie pool that did not have water in it, by the way, screaming, "I am the sea." At that point, their friends just put some goldfish crackers around them like Betty Boats and just let them vibe. And speaking of good ideas,
Yeah.
there was another dude who thought 420 would be the perfect time to start his stoner workout journey.
A what?
Yeah. He rolled a blunt the size of a baseball bat, took 3 hits and said, "Let's hit the gym, bro." They made it exactly 4 minutes on the treadmill before he tripped over his own shoe, did a slow motion roll off the treadmill like it was a gentlest escalator, and then just laid there giggling.
Yeah.
The gym staff had to drag him off the floor by his hoodie like he was a sleepy toddler at a daycare pickup.
Meanwhile, his heart's going.
Exactly. Oh, and don't even get me started on the people who thought that they could still operate a grill. There's something about 420 that makes everybody think they're suddenly Gordon Ramsay.
Well, they got the munchies.
Only instead of beef Wellington, we got, no lie, Dorito stuffed hot dogs.
Oh, jeez.
Someone literally sliced a hot dog down the middle, filled it with Cool Ranch Doritos, wrapped the whole thing in bacon, and then, because of course, deep fried it in an actual deep fryer that they set up in the backyard.
Oh my God.
You know the results? Exploding grease fire that took out 2 lawn chairs, a pair of Yeezys, and, well, they rest in peace, somebody's brand new 420 themed inflatable unicorn pool floaty.
God.
Rest in peace, floaty. You didn't deserve that.
Oh my
And
God.
then, there's always that one guy, the bro, trust me guy. Every friend in every group has him. This year's bro, trust me, decided that it was time for a 420 scavenger hunt. He hit about 15 pre-rolls all around his apartment complex, only he forgot where he put them. He spent 6 hours wandering around like a lost raccoon, asking random neighbors, "Have you seen my joints?"
Oh my God.
The old lady actually tried to help him look, bless her heart. She didn't realize until after she picked up one that it was not a very skinny cigar.
Yeah.
They ended up just smoking it together on a park bench. Honestly, that might be the most wholesome ending to a felony I've ever heard.
Oh my gosh. That is funny.
Oh, but the pièce de resistance this year.
What do you got?
Some genius decided to bake a 420 cake. An entire sheet cake packed with what they thought was just a little extra fun. Turns out they misread the recipe. Instead of 1 tablespoon of infused oil, they used 1 cup.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
a cup. Guests were eating tiny slivers of the cake and still having outer body experiences like they were time traveling wizards.
Oh, Jesus.
One girl kept insisting that she was telepathically communicating with the BM's plant in the corner. Another guy started narrating everyone's actions not out loud like he was David Attenborough in a nature documentary.
Oh my God. That's great.
Here we see the rare and majestic Chad stumbling toward the refrigerator in search of his prey, the last slice of pizza. Well, by the end of the night, half the party was passed out on beanbags. Someone's car was wearing sunglasses, and 2 dudes were trying to order a lift on the moon. And I'm not even going to lie. When the cat meowed, it did sound like he was saying, "Far out, man." Hey, look, I'm not saying 420 is dangerous. I'm saying it's gloriously chaotic in the dumbest, most beautiful way possible. It's like the Super Bowl of bad decisions, but
Yep.
everyone's too mellow to care. You don't win 420, you survive it. And if you're lucky, you wake up the next day with your eyebrows intact, your dignity somewhere in the laundry basket, and at least one good story to tell.
Mhm.
And if you don't have a story, just tell people that you turned into the sea. Apparently, that's a thing now.
Well,
Oh my God, it was a wild week. It really was.
my daughter was going to celebrate that. I think I told you that, and they said, "Hey, we need someone to cover for the day at work." Okay, so that put a kibosh on her
420 experience.
her
Like I
420
said,
plans.
I woke up 420 and I was like, oh, that's right. I know.
Yeah.
We just Slade Mason today. All right, man.
Yeah,
I came in, I recorded the show for Monday, and man, it's like by 11:30, boom, we're off to the races.
Well, that sounds like fun. Hey, you know what else sounds like fun?
Beware, ladies and gentlemen,
It's
because
coming.
the next segment is something that, again, it was a laugh at first, and now it has become a very scary reality.
Yeah.
We are in the age of artificial intelligence, and the key is that artificial intelligence is smarter. Keeping his finger on the pulse of everything AI is our special artificial intelligence reporter, Mr. Dan Mason.
Thank you, JD, and thank you all the ships at sea. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 AI stories, one each weirder than the other, and possibly bonkers out the brain cells.
Pay
It's
attention, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
He says this in jest, but this is reality.
All right. Now, there's a company called Pexels, Pexels, that is taking, this is bad. This is really, really, really bad. Really awful, terrible. Awful. It is taking pictures of movie stars who have had facelift issues, where they get augmented to make themselves look prettier, and feeds it into AI and says, this person, this is what they look like when they were 28. This is what they look like when they were 40. This is now them at 70. Please extrapolate what they look like without the facelift, without the surgery. And OMG, you do not want to see these. As a matter of fact, run away from Demi Moore. That is not not a pretty thing.
Listen, I thought this chick was hot in some kind of plain way, but it was the chick who played Margaret O'Houlihan on MASH.
Oh, Margaret Houlihan. Yeah. Loretta Swit.
Yeah, it's like, but the thing of it is that Loretta Swit started having work done.
Yeah.
And now she is older, and the work is starting to show the wear and tear.
Yeah. It looks like those little fake puppets. Like you punch Judy, it's like got these puffy cheeks. You got the extra red. It's like, no, you don't look normal anymore. You look like a mutant. All right. Speaking of mutants, we have Hutton, Jeffrey Hutton, who is considered the godfather of AI. He recently won a Nobel Peace Prize for mapping out the neural networks, which is the same network style that the predictive text. So, for instance, if I tell you, hey, JD, I hope you have a really great... What's the next word?
4th of July.
No, we're hearing. Sorry, I'll hang up with you. All right, JD, have a nice day. Right? Day would be the next word. Have a nice day. Okay.
Right.
Well, anyway, his concern is that the AI safeguards, the guardrails that they've been kind of, working with and trying to get people to work with.
They're not working anymore.
Well, not only that, but now they're like, the companies are reaching out to the government saying, hey, can you remove a lot of these guardrails that we have, which aren't much, by the way? Just get rid of them, because it's just, he figures in 10 to 30 years it's over. Now, also, jobs are disappearing rapidly. For instance, data entry. Don't need that. You got AI to do that, right? Scheduling? Are you kidding me? hey, schedule my doctor's appointment on June 14th. That's done. Those jobs are done. Next
Let me
up,
tell you. Hey, listen, before
Yep.
you go any further, because my chosen profession, it's like a couple of years ago, I
Yep.
was talking with Bank Tells, and it's like, and he was expressing concern
Yeah.
about, the lack of need for, actual people with
Look,
AI.
look,
You
all
can
of
just go ahead and program anything
Yeah.
you want.
all the stuff that he's doing, it's gone. He doesn't have to do that anymore. He'll just, reach out to those consultants, get the spreadsheet, drop it in, boop, all done. All right. Let's see. Bookkeeping is next on the list. Data analysis. I mean, think about it. You give AI a long article and say, "Hey, give me a summary on this. I want to know what the gist of this article is all about." Boop, all done. Those jobs are on the rope. Now, within 10 to 30 years, all jobs will be affected. Some good, not so good. Like think about paralegal work, same type of thing. If I want to do research on like trains and accidents between 1930 and 1960, it would probably take a paralegal like a few months to do it. Or I just give it to the AI, I get an answer in just about 2 minutes. So now that's the really bad part. The good news is there are some skills that are needed for AI.
Garbage collection.
Garbage collection, running electric systems. No. So if you understand Python, which is a scripting service, that will be still around. Okay. Computer science, data analysis. Yes, there's going to be a level of that that's still available. That remember the setting up of the system you have on your computer there, the SQL in the background that I spent hours and hours and hours. with
Yes.
AI? You need people to do that. Data scientists, automation, project management. Someone has to be at that level to take care of that. But if you're not doing that, I don't know. It's coming for your job. It's great. I love it. Can't wait. It's going to be wonderful. It'll be fantastic. Everybody will be fine. Hey, I have some car update news for you.
Ladies and gentlemen who are new to the program, my partner is he is a DIY nut. And it's like, again, the smallest problem, he will actually take minuscule time to figure out that there is a screw in the dishwasher somewhere behind the back panel that needs to be changed.
That's right.
And he's gonna find it.
Now-
Over the years we talked about he buys those good cars.
Yeah.
The $300 specials.
Yeah. Toyotas. So I
And
have.
then he ends up putting thousands of dollars.
Yep. So I have a 94 Toyota Tercel that has like
Turd
100
cell.
turd cell. It has about 153,000 miles on it. Now, one day at the beginning of fall last year, my daughter was taking it to work and it just stopped. So, and you know the story. We took it over to the local mechanic that was like right across the street, and they diagnosed it as a fuel pump. And I said, whoa. No, just bundle up. I'll take it back home with me. I'll figure this out. So I drove it home. I called the tow truck company. They towed it home. It wasn't the fuel pump. By the way, to take the fuel pump out, all you need to do is take the back seat off. No, this guy took the back seat and the backing of the back seat, and he took the trunk separator out. I mean, to change the fuel pump. I mean, that's like, hey, I need to do some laundry. All right, great. What you to do is
get JD Slade to fix it.
Yeah, it'd be like, all right, I want you to take apart the washing machine and take the tub and bring it into your bedroom with water. And now pour the water in there with the soap and put your clothes in there. Now take it and put it all the way back into the car. No, you idiot. You just take the seat off. Everybody knows anyway. So about 3 weeks ago, the weather was getting warmer, and I went ahead and I took apart. And I was thinking, the engine sounds like it's just cycling real fast. It's probably the timing belt. And it was. I took the cover off, and there it was. I had a snap timing belt. So I ordered another timing belt because I was looking at these YouTube videos and going, This is pretty damn easy.
All you
Think-
gotta do.
All you gotta do is take the front tire off, take the cowling off. Oh, by the way, there's no cowling. It's a steel wall. Okay, I got a bit of a problem. So then it's like, oh, all you have to do is loosen the belt here and come off. And I went to loosen the thing. I went, twang. Oh, that's going to be a problem getting back into shape. So, and then it was like, oh, all you have to do is take this little spindle off. But you got to take the belt off the alternator first. They don't tell you that part. Oh, and then you have to take the belt off the power steering. They don't tell you that part either. So now you got to figure out how to get the belt off the power steering. Then you got to figure out how to get the belt off the alternator. Now, mind you, you've already taken off the pressure off these suckers. Now you got to figure out how to put the pressure back on them so the belts are nice and taut and not loose. Now, in addition to that, you try to take the bolt off, but you can't because every time you turn it, it turns with the engine. So instead of turning with the engine, you need to get an impact tool. I don't have an impact tool. So I figured out what I'll do. I'll go down to Walmart, and sure enough, Walmart has an impact tool, but they have the 1/2 inch. I don't have that. I have the 3/8 inch. So I got the 3/8 inch. Hey, it was on sale for $29. I brought it back home, put the thing on. Oh, I don't have a 16. I only have a 3/4 inch. That's fine. Works for SAE anyway. Came right off. All right, great. Got that done. 6 hours later, I'm sitting there trying to figure out how am I going to snake this stupid belt back on to these wheels. And I went to bed and I woke up the next day and I had an epiphany and I said, oh, I know how this thing goes on. So I put it back on and sure enough, there's the belt. I get in the car, I tighten it down and I give it a quick boom. Up. It started to turn over. So I shut everything down. I put everything back on, the big, huge wheel assembly that I had to use to get on there. I got that all put in. I put the belts back on. I got back in, and I'm looking, and I have an extra part. Oh, this is that cog assembly that has to go back in there. So I had to take the alternator belt back off. I had to loosen up the power steering assembly. I had to off that sucker again. I had to load it back up. And of course, that was stuck now because I had grit and dirt and everything. So now I had to wrestle with that sucker. I'm pounding it with a hammer. That took about 45 minutes to an hour just to get that stupid piece off. Then I slid the piece back on, cleaned it all up, sprayed it with WD-40, slid it back on, put the thing. 5.5 hours later, the whole thing is all back together. I hop into the car. I grab the key. I put it in the ignition. I go,
Sounds like you didn't have the alternator put back up.
well, the alternator's back on. So now I have the timing belt back in place. But now I have an electrical problem. So now I have a new project on my hands.
This is a 12-hour project so far.
Yeah, 12-hour project. Yep. Meanwhile, my Corolla that I sent down to the local mechanic, and I said, not my regular mechanic, but another mechanic, I said, here, it's stalling. You figure it out. Okay. So he gets in, they do an air coat. Oh, you got an alternator thing that you should be good. We'll replace it. It's like $620. Okay, great. So they replace it. And they were like, hey, we were ready to call you. Guy got stuck on the road. We had to tow your car back. Okay. That wasn't it. All right. What is it? It's your computer. My computer. Yeah. We searched around. It's going to be about $1,800. I said, whoa. Wait a minute. This is the computer. It sits up under the glove compartment. I'll go to Pick Apart and get you one. Shouldn't be more than $7. And he's, oh, all right. Well, my weekend was blown, so I couldn't go down to Pick Apart. So I found a guy in Arizona had one, but it's for a 97 Geo. Now, Geo, as you may or may not know, is the same car as a 97 Corolla. They just slapped the Geo logo on it. Did you know that? Sharing is caring.
No. But
Okay.
I worked in Chrysler, and they did that with
Oh,
a
they
bunch of
did. Yeah.
computers.
Yeah. Chrysler did that a lot of times. Yep. So that was that. Then on top of that, I'm driving,
How much did this part cost you, by the way?
$90 delivered.
Okay.
And
All right.
I did. I dropped it off and I said, here's the part for Mike. He's got to work on that. Then, what else would happen? I'm driving the other car, the Camry, the 5-speed that my son usually drives, like he's Starsky and Hutch, and he rides the clutch.
Oh.
Clutch has gone out.
Yep. I know that one, boy. It's like, when we come back, I'll tell you about my former girlfriend's father.
Slade
Yeah.
and Mayson Show.
We'll be right
By the
back.
way, if you understood any of that other stuff, hey, don't feel bad. Neither did I, but it was just funny listening to it go through it.
Ted gets it.
Today in history, April 27th, 1565. Cebu is established, becoming the first Spanish settlement in the Philippines. Why'd they give it such a French name then? 1810, Beethoven composes for Elise. And just to prove the guy had a few screws loose, it was actually dedicated to Therese. Oh, these wacky composers. 1840, the foundation stone for the new Palace of Westminster in London is laid by the wife of Sir Charles Barry, who went on to do Roll Over Beethoven and other great hits for the 1960s. Remember, gang? 1974, 10,000 people march on Washington, D.C. calling for the impeachment of President Richard Nixon. But he didn't do anything, really. I mean, he was pardoned and everything for things he did and may not have done. Whatever. 1981, Xerox announces it has produced the computer mouse. Carpal tunnel syndrome will follow shortly thereafter. And finally, 2002, the last successful telemetry from the NASA probe Pioneer 10 was heard today. It went a lot like this. Beep, beep, beep. I'm Dan Mason, and that's April 27th.
Don't waste your time going to Mackey's or Brimley's. You'll wind up having to go to the dunny for 20 minutes after eating. Their meat can be a dead dodgy. Plus, you'll be risking needing to take a sickie. If you're looking to get your evening tea, you need to set your eyes on a Joey burger from Pouchies, fresh from the Outback. Pouchies. We don't like to call them roadkill. We like to call it nature's reclamation. We have spotters all throughout Australia, spotting a downed boomer or flyer within moments of getting hit by a Yuri. The roos are dropped into a giant-sized stubby holder packed with ice, and then add to our facility for processing. The meat is lean, delicious, and really good for you. So if you're ready for the best tasting burger that'll have you returning to us faster than a twice-chucked boomerang, come on down to Pouchies for an amazing Joey burger. Fresh from the road? Come on down to Pouchies. You'll be glad you did.
Once upon a time, an elephant and a jackrabbit decided to live together. We'll build a house, said the elephant, and we'll...
Pardon me,
said the jackrabbit.
you said we'll build. You mean you and I together?
Yes, said the elephant.
Do you know anything about building a house?
Of course.
I'm glad of that because I don't. I wouldn't even know how to begin.
Don't worry. I'll be doing the heavy work anyway. But first we'll need logs. I'll knock this tree down.
Well, that's impossible.
Not at all. Just watch me. So the elephant took a long run and went whining into the tree with his big heavy trunk. Down fell the tree.
Ho, ho, thought the jackrabbit. So that's the way to knock trees down, hmm? Well, I'll knock down the next one.
Well, that's impossible.
It's not at all. Just watch me.
And the jackrabbit took a run and went into the tree with his forehead, but the tree did not crash down.
I need a longer run,
he said, and went into the tree again, and still the tree did not come down.
I'm a little short.
So he took a still longer run and went into the tree, and still the tree did not come down. But his head was now jammed tight into his shoulders. You're a mess, said the elephant.
Help! Help! Help me!
Don't worry, said the elephant, and grasping the jackrabbit's ears with his trunk, he began to pull. He pulled, and pulled, and pulled, and pulled, until he had the rabbit's head back in its proper place. But the rabbit's ears were now stretched way out of his head.
Look what happened to my ears.
Don't worry, said the elephant. On you, they look good.
Sorry about that, gang. But now we must return you to the Slade and Mayson show.
What in God's green earth was that?
Well, hold on.
Hi, I'm J.D. Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
Okay, boys and girls. Today, that was The Elephant and the Jackrabbit by David Kurland, who also sounded like David playing the part of the Jackrabbit may have experienced his own 420 day, because his voice was that was a little something. Let me tell you that much. That was in commemoration of today being National Story Day. So tell a story, share a story. Yeah. So there you go. There's the story of the elephant and the jackrabbit.
We were in trouble when it started out with that. Once upon a time.
Yep. Having these cohabitating animals, it's really disgusting. They're living together.
Clem and the boys about to go take a ride.
It's just terrible. This portion of the Slade and Mayson Show is brought to you by Icy Southern Icy Treats, and I'll tell you what that's all about. My buddy Sheila is out on the road with her husband Al, and they have a big red truck. It's a big red truck, I tell you. I'm telling you, it's a big red truck. And it wasn't a red truck when they bought it, but it is now. They got it all set up, and they got these 2 ice shredding machines. And why would they do something like that? Why? Well, because when they went to the islands, and I'm talking like the islands where Hawaii's hanging out, one of our 50 states, you can't really drive there, but it's pretty funny. They have an interstate highway. Anyway, I'm not getting that. Now, but here's the deal. So what they did was they discovered, like, almost on every corner, right? You're going out, you get past the touristy places, and you go meet the common people. Get people selling fish on the side, but they're also having people who are actually scraping large blocks of ice, and they're putting these different flavorings on. They're like, wow, this is a really special treat. So when they came back to the United States, there's nothing like that, right? There is nothing like that. So Sheila and her husband sat down and they put together Icy Something Icy. And that's what that's all about. Again, inside the truck, they've got these 2 state-of-the-art Italian ice shredding machines where the blades just slowly rotate and it scrapes off and makes this beautiful snowfall into this awaiting goblet. And then Al goes ahead and he packs it down nice and smooth. He puts all the flavorings on top, and oh man, what a special treat. Because it is not like something like you take a bite and it crunch, 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 and you got to worry about your teeth going bad. It's smooth. It's creamy. It's not ice cream, but it's
like a sorbet.
But it's on the fly. And sorbets kind of have like the agar gum or something like that to make it gooey. This doesn't. This is just flat out delish. So if you're looking for a special treat, if you got a birthday party coming up, maybe you got a new corporate event, or you're letting everybody know that, hey, it's time for everybody to come back to work, this would be a great icebreaker, no pun intended. You can give them a call at 804-617-8827. 804-617-8827. Or you can visit them on the web at www.iceymething,
Leave off the G, for goodness sake.
ICEY.com. They're available over on that Instagram place. They got pictures there. They got Facebook page. Go check them out. You can also call them at, again, 804-617-8827. Again, 804-617-8827. That number, once again, 804-617-8827.
You'll be glad you did. And but dude, listen, do not wait, because like these folks book up very quickly.
Yep, they do. They do. And yeah, it's a really special treat.
I got a surprise for you, Dan.
Ooh. What?
It's like, again, I'm going to bring back a particular feature because there was just so much garbage that we're putting in our system.
Oh.
You're going to get to play the eat it.
Nice. Okay. Good. I'll share some stories that I found too after you do theirs, but we'll get that in about 3 minutes there. Now, I want to share with you something that I'm just like, what the Ferengi?
Spit it out.
I don't know how to do it. All right. So as you know, Walgreens and Walmart, I guess it's things with W's, they have, in certain areas of the United States of America, they have locked down cosmetics. They have locked down razors. They have locked down soap. They have locked down Legos. They have locked down electronic toys. They have locked down games.
It's because we are a society of larcenous leches.
Agreed. But now Walmart has taken it to the umpteenth level. They have locked down meat. I'm not kidding. So they have this like honeycomb caged device that it covers the meat completely like an envelope with a tracking device on the outside. And the only way you can get the meat out is you have to go to the front counter.
I mean, here's the thing.
Oh, my God.
There's problems with the grocery business to begin with.
Yeah.
Number one, we have one grocery store in this town, and it happens to be a Food Lion.
Yeah.
Well, you see, when Food Lion first came to this town, there were 3 grocery stores.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, of course, they all got absorbed.
Yeah.
All right. So now you have this organization where you go into the store, there's like 15 checkout lines.
Right.
But there's nobody working.
Nope. That's because nobody wants to work. And
I'm sorry. I'm not going to use self-checkout because I don't get paid for this. So I mean, it's like, again, if you're going to pay me, you're going to knock off a little bit off my bill before I do the work, we'll talk. But no, you just expect me to do it. And they're saving money, irritating the living out of the customers, because that's the worst thing to see. You see a bunch of people shopping and only one checkout open.
Well, here's the biggest problem. You go into Food Lion. You're doing the what dance. You're looking to get some KO Pectate or some Pepto-Bismol, and it's locked up behind a plastic barrier, and you can't gain access to it, and you have to press a button.
Somebody's actually listening,
and then
the only thing I ever hear when I walk into a Food Lion is, back door is open.
So yeah, I don't know how to fix this, but I mean, I understand why you're locking it up, but the Walgreens peeps have already said, yeah, we're losing our shirts because, nobody's.
Here's where they're losing their shirts.
Buying it. They can't buy
I'm telling you, it doesn't stop me. If I'm going to use self-checkout and you're not going to pay me, I'm going to grab 2 or 3 items, and I'm not going to scan them.
I hear you.
We're inviting people to become thieves.
Well, the fact that it's like they didn't teach me how to do this. I'm just going up to the register here. I'm wiping it in front of it, and just like you guys do on the TV, and it says $8.
Number one, the service industry has gone to pot, unfortunately, because an AI pretty much responsible for that too.
Well, wait a minute. If you're a grocery store and you're making buku bucks and you're only paying your counter people minimum wage, you're going to get what you pay for.
It's an ugly karma. It is an ugly karma. So
you get what you pay for. So
yeah, and that's the sad part. But there again, it's just getting worse. There's no turning back. That's the sad part.
You know what else?
No turning back.
You know what else is sad?
What? Ladies and gentlemen, back from a long hiatus, we have found that the fast food industry is determined to kill us yet. And it's because they're offering now. This is the season to offer new stuff.
Ugh.
So buckle up, because the fast food overlords are working overtime in their secret underground labs to unleash some true culinary crimes on America. All right, here's a rundown of some of the most monstrosities that sound like they could hit the menu any day now.
Yeah.
Mega Mac Nugget McBurgers.
Mega McBurger.
Because sometimes you want chicken nuggets, a Big Mac, and deep existential regret all in one bite.
God.
It's 2 patties, cheese, pickles, secret sauce, and an entire layer of McNuggets sandwiched in between.
Jesus.
It's got the structural integrity of a wet cardboard box and the calorie count of a small village. All right. No quiero Taco Bell? How about Taco Bell's nacho cheese fountain party box? Taco Bell sees your small cup of nacho cheese and raises you an actual fountain for $9.99. You and your friends can gather around this bubbling, suspiciously orange geyser and dunk whatever the hell you want into it. Burritos, sure. Tacos, of course. Your hopes and dreams? Absolutely. KFC's Double Down Deluxe Plus. Now, you remember the Double Down, the one where fried chicken replaced the bun?
Yeah.
They've leveled up. Now it's 3 fried chicken buns with a slab of bacon, macaroni and cheese, a drizzle of gravy, and 2 chicken tenders jammed in the middle.
Oh, my God.
Because heart disease needed a sequel.
Oh, my God.
How about Burger King? Flame grilled breakfast Sunday.
What?
Some executive woke up and said, what if pancakes, but with Whopper meat? You get a breakfast parfait layered with pancake syrup, hash brown, and flame grilled beef patties. It's served in a cup because if you're going to weep over your choices, you should be able to do it one-handed.
Ugh.
Arby's Meat Volcano. Arby's already has the meat, but now they're just sticking them in the edible mountain of the Vesuvius road beef, brisket, ham, turkey, bacon, all crammed inside a hollowed-out loaf of bread with cheese sauce, lava pouring down the side.
God.
It comes with a complimentary smoothie. Dairy Queen's deep-fried Blizzard Bites. They took ice cream, froze it harder than your ex's heart, and then battered it, and then deep-fried it, and then sprinkled it with sadness. You're biting into lava-hot oil on the outside, Arctic cocoa on the inside, and 100% regret in your soul.
Oh, my God.
Wendy's Square Bun Revolution. Wendy's finally gives up pretending and makes a bun that literally is just 2 thick squares of buttered toast held together by melted cheese and sadness. Why? Because it's hip to be square. Honestly, you're about 2 months away from seeing someone slap a fried Twinkie on a cheeseburger, calling it the All-American Patriot Snack. And would you also like to mock up a secret menu of even worse ones? Gotcha. Here's a quick, okay, there you go. I have just given you some of the most disgusting things that you could possibly think, but they could be on your fast food menu as early as tomorrow.
Ew. That's disgusting.
It's getting worse, man. You know, it's like, let's just make sooner or later, they're going to make a puke burger.
Yeah. This vomitous mass is yours to
it's
taking.
like, you know, and it's going to be a massive success. Now, of course, if that ever comes to pass, I want you to remember the date that I said this.
That's right. Now, Arby's also released 2 new sandwiches. The brisket, which is a 1/4-pound brisket sandwich, and a pulled pork sandwich. It's like, I thought they ran out of meats to give out, but
because Arby's has the meat.
By the way, the most loved and hated fast food product.
It's a roast beef sandwich.
Is it roast beef? No. Well, yeah, Arby's is. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I introduced that to my son, and he was chomping down. He goes, "This is really disgusting. Why is it so cold?" And it's cold. It's supposed to be hot and delicious. It tastes like an ice flipping cube. They forgot to heat it up.
Jesus, yeah.
So there's a big. This is funny. This is where do you go? So many different things going on here. So first off, there is a fast food joint going out of business. Well, they went Chapter 11. It's a burger joint. When you think of burger, what do you think of burger? What do you think of burger? What do you think? What's burger made out of?
Oh, beef.
There you go. Nope. This is a burger joint that was created in England called Neat, N-E-A-T, Neat. And the premise was it's all healthy for you. It's all organic. There's no grease to it. It's a veggie burger that is dry as a bone, and you need to put sauce on it to make it taste palatable, because it's basically it's a heated salad in your bun. And shocker, people are not buying it, so they're going out of business. And the one facility here in New York State is also shutting down their doors. I can't imagine why.
Put out those veggie burgers, and I tried them because it's like, oh yeah,
you want to give it a try.
Healthier. You need to stop eating all the garbage. It's like, but I'm sorry. Veggie burger just didn't do it. Did not get it at all. So
so that's what's going on there.
Here you got your fast food restaurants. They're now experimenting with this stuff. Again, listen, if I'm going to go to McDonald's, give me one of them big, sloppy, greasy-ass burgers that I've been so used to. Don't hand me something that you think is better for me.
That's right. Yeah, what was that? The McLean Deluxe? Remember that?
Yeah.
McLean Deluxe. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you what, McLean this.
It was 90% ground beef, 90%, so 10% fat. So basically, you could barely get it past your colon. It gets stuck in there because there's no oil in it. I can't grease it out, man. It's stuck. I can't get it out.
I bet there's a YouTube video for that.
Now, this is a surprise. This is a hated, loved product because it's so damn cheap. 99-cent taco. 99-cent taco by Jack in the Box. It is a taco with quote unquote meat and
what's in it?
Meat and vegetable protein, which is like soy ground up to make it taste like meat and give it the chewiness, and then they pack it up with a pile of lettuce. That's the new Jack in the Box 99-cent taco that you can get. And I Googled, the nearest one is in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm going to go spend $167 worth of fuel to go down and try a 99-cent taco that people say is, I hate it, but it's so cheap. Oh God, I have it.
I'm sorry. I still have yet to go into this Taco Bell here in this town. Because number one, now it's gotten this great reputation for it not being necessarily the best.
Oh yeah. So but this is Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box. So the nearest one's North Carolina. But yours, Taco Bell has cheap ones too. Let's see. We got it. Oh, I forgot to mention. So again, we took I want to go cycle back real quick. Boys and girls, I have to tell you something. I have to keep a close eye on my partner JD because I don't know what he's going to be doing. Maybe his system's offline. Maybe he doesn't pay his electric bill or something like that. I may have to pop in my car and drive down and go, "Hey man, open the flipping door." Put the gun down. It's me. All right. So every day I log in to Sladio to make sure. Okay, the Monday shows up. Okay, the Tuesday shows up. That's my wellness check for him. I make sure he's got the body.
Again, it's like it's been knock on wood and fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It's been an uneventful 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I thought, boy, Dan will be so impressed. I haven't had to call him in 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, it's just terrible. Yes, it's been a long time. You know what else was a long time? 1976. What? There was this kid, Peter Thompson.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Stevie Nicks, 76, man.
Yeah.
That's when she was her hottest.
Well, you should see her after AI strips off her. She looks like she should be working at a 7-Eleven. All right, now, so Peter Thompson, he was a ninth grader at the Pentucket Regional Junior High School in West Newbury, Massachusetts. He participated in a class project, oceanography, where he wrote a note and he placed it inside of a Pepsi bottle. And they, on behalf, the Coast Guard took it and they launched it into the Atlantic Ocean. Okay? It was part of a science experiment. Wanted to find out how far it would go. Now, almost 50 years later, Clint and Evan Buffington discovered a bottle in a remote island in the Bahamas while they were on a trip. They almost canceled because they were getting sick. The note inside indicated, where it was happening, what it was all about, and through social media, finally found this kid, Peter Thompson, who got older, by the way. Just so you're aware.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
50
apparently.
years.
Yeah, and they shared the bottle back with him, and then the heartwarming story. So my question, is, what's the statute of limitations for littering? So.
Yeah, and then you wonder why we got to clean up the ocean.
Yeah.
People throw bottles in it.
Dagnam kids throwing bottles in the ocean. What are you, some type of...
Listen, I have heard the most incredible thing, and I meant to bring this up the last time we were together.
Sure.
I started to turn to be a young man around 12.
Okay, I know what you're saying.
That's when, again, you started learning that there is such a thing as deodorant.
And porn magazines and
like I say, but deodorant.
Yeah.
And I was taught that you get up and you shower and then you put your deodorant on and that's good for a day. I'm watching a commercial here last week or 2 weeks ago. When did we start only putting deodorant on every 3 days?
Oh, that went back to Aren't You Glad It's Dial, the antibacterial soap, and so people just want to have it extended for as long as they want. So now what they do is they put this food-based waxy material into it so that it's slow. So a sticky note, you peel off a sticky note and you squish it back down, and you can peel back and push it back down, peel back and push it down. It's releasing these little chemicals that actually run in sync with it, and it's good for about 3 days. So basically.
Yeah, I know exactly what. Listen,
you've stuck a sticky note under your arms to keep yourself.
I mean,
I smell great. I sound like a Post-it note 3x3.
I mean, for God's sake, get in the shower.
No, this is so much easier.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mayson.
And this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
Well, boys and girls, we have sucked up an hour of your life. Appreciate it.
Now remember, you need to tell your friends. Just tell them that they need to try it. Tell them that we have got cures for every disease known to man if they'll just listen.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for us, boys and girls. JD, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And I'll say goodbye as well. And we'll see y'all next Sunday.
168 hours from now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
come the zeros.
Metallica Network.
I've been shot. Mayday, mayday.
I'll have to tell you about a new cartoon that I discovered, man.
I already know about Stoner's cartoon. You keep telling me that. That's the problem. When you smoke dope, you keep repeating yourself.
Hey, between that and dementia, I ought to be a good case.
I'm J.D. Slade, and I'm still J.D. Slade. It's me, J.D. Slade. Did I tell you about a movie called Cartoons for Stoners? Oh, I did? Let me tell you about it. And for those of you who are still getting notifications to pay your toll through cryptocurrency, just hit the delete button.